Let's play a game. I'm going to say a phrase and I'm going to leave the last word blank, and I want you to imagine what it is. Ready? You don't know what you have until it's gone. You don't know what you have until it's gone is a statement that probably most of you have heard before. But some of you out here, you've probably felt the truth in those words. Maybe that time you were late. You were rushing off. You jumped in your car, started to crank it, and it sounded like somebody that's been smoking for 30 years. Poop, poop, poop. Realized, oops, there's no gas. Or how about that time when you were so sick you couldn't crawl out of the bed and you just wished that you could go out and see somebody? Or maybe that time when a loved one of yours suddenly passed away and you wish that you would have spent more time with them. In moments like that, the statement is true. But today, I want to share with you that it's only half of the truth and it's not the full experience. Kind of like this half-baked cookie right here. It looks really good on the outside, but if you take a bite of this rascal, it'll leave a taste in your mouth that you wish that you could wash out. Today, I want to share with you a powerful story that allowed me to see the whole truth. So let's go back to 2008. Here I am, living in Austin, Texas. I'd already been there a few years. Why did I move to the city? Because of the slogan, keep Austin weird. Just perfect for me. There was a place I could hide out in the back of coffee shops, write poetry, write music, and slowly get the courage to take my instrument and perform those songs. I was living my dream, and I wouldn't have traded it for anything. But one day, something happened. My dad called. And my dad never calls just to chit-chat. It's always going to be serious and right down to the point. So let's take that call and see what he has to say. Hey, Dad, how's it going? Pretty good, son. You know, I was thinking, you ought to come back to Mississippi and let's work on that biodiesel project together. Hey, Dad, can you hold on for a second? Biodiesel is like regular diesel fuel, except it's made from vegetable oil. And my dad has a lot of diesel trucks. Dad, yeah, I would love to come back and work with you on that project. But right now I'm working on my own music project, and can you give me a few days and I'll call you back? Oh God, I'm really feeling some kind of anxiety right now. I don't want to leave Austin, Texas for anything. I love it here. But there's my dad opening up the door for an opportunity to work together, and we've never been able to bond before. So my mind was kind of split. I didn't know which way to go. So I turned to my instrument and I wrote a song. And I want to share with you today some of the lyrics of that song. What does it take to make or break? Which way do I go? Oh, which way do I go? That song elevated my state of mind, and suddenly I knew what I had to do. If I was going to go back to Mississippi, it had to be on my terms. But there was one more problem. My dad never negotiates. But let's give him a call and see what he has to say. Dad, you know, I've been thinking, I got to keep playing music. But I'll tell you what, if you'll build me a studio, I'll come home and work. Well, son, don't you think that's a lot to ask for? Well, if that's what you need, we'll do it. I could not believe my ears. My dad had agreed to my terms, and that's never happened before. Well, you know what that means? The decision was made. So I started taking all of my belongings and packing them in the back of my small green Nissan pickup truck with one headlight. And I said, goodbye, Austin, Texas. Hello, Hattiesburg, Mississippi. And off I would go. And soon I'd be working in that shop side by side, sweating and producing results. But what we were doing even bigger than that, we were building a relationship and having conversations that my heart had longed to have. I'll never forget this day he invited his friend to come over and check out the shop. So we were all walking around, sipping on coffee, talking shop. And he said, "Son, come here. I want to tell you something. I'm proud of you. You've done a good job." I was taken back. But what he said next really got me. "And you are a real good son." I felt love for the first time from my dad. That year became one of the most important seasons of my life because little would I imagine within a few months later, he would pass away. The lesson, while we're on the path to our purpose, it's also about being grateful and present for the relationships that we have while we have them. And I can say with certainty and with gratitude that I embraced mine. And this is what I ask you to do today. Remember these three things. Number one, the phrases that we say are shaping the way that we experience life. Two, you don't need to wait till something's gone before you know what you have. And last, by just being present and being grateful for what you have now, you will realize that what you have while you have it. Chairperson.